Another quick example of knowing God's voice versus anyone's voice. A young lady said that, have you ever made a decision where, like it's like you're not, let's say you're saying you're not going to sleep with anybody else. Let's say you're like, I'm doing it God's way. I'm going to be abstinent. I'm going to wait on God, right? I'm going to do it God's way. There's a decision I made. So I want to advocate for that decision. But that's let's say you're making that decision too, being abstinent. And let's say that you're in a situation where, and you're a guy, let's do it guy, because I think it's easier with a guy. Guys, I think it's maybe a little bit harder for guys to be abstinent, especially when you don't have, it might be easier to be abstinent when you meet like your wife and it's like, oh, I'm waiting on her. Okay. But when you're abstinent and you don't have your person, or you don't see your person, it might be harder. Like I've known guys that are abstinent and they're like, they see the wife and they wait till the marriage, and it's like, okay, well that was easier because there's an end goal here. Like I see the end, But when you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, it can be harder. And I understand that. I've been doing this for I don't want to tell myself, but I've been doing this for years, so I understand. But as a man, I'll take a man example. So on one shoulder, you'll have somebody saying, quietly, stay clean, stay abstinent. Don't do that. Don't fall into lust. Don't fall into lust. Don't fall into lust. And then you'll have one that'll be like, well, it's just God is forgiving. God is forgiving. He'll just forgive you. Just pray the prayer before you go to sleep, just in case if you pass away in your sleep, you don't go to the other place. Just yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. Right? And you have these two voices on your head, on your shoulders, in your head, on your shoulders, that are speaking at the same time. And you're moving along life. You've been abstinent, you've been doing your thing. Let's say you've been going 30 days. You haven't been watching no porn. You haven't been, sleeping with nobody. You've been clear, and your mind is clear. Because I talk to a lot of men when they do that. Their mind is clear. Their spirit's right. They're hearing God well. They feel great. They got more energy. They're just focused. They're feeling wonderful. Everything is great, right? So then, Old Faithful shows up. This is a girl that you may not really like that, but y'all got some type of fire sexual chemistry. She just pop up out of nowhere. Old Faithful. Old Faithful hit you up at what? Let's say she hit you up at 11 p.m. Old Faithful says, what you doing? You up? And you up. You see Old Faithful text you. And you like, oh. Old Faithful texting you. You already know. Old Faithful know you. You know Old Faithful. You know that this isn't going to be anything. This ain't going to go nowhere. And Old Faithful she's showing up. She's showing up. But this isn't what you want. This is what you want. You're like, I know you're not my wife. I know this isn't where I want to be. And like, I don't even want to mess this up, my relationship with God. Like, I don't even want to do that. But Old Faithful hitting you up at a time. It's 11:30 on a Friday night when you would be out here doing horrible things. And you're like, I'm trying to do right, man. I'm trying to do right. And here the enemy come. It's just one time. I mean, she ain't gonna want nothing else. You know how it is. She leave right afterwards. It's no big deal. I mean, it's just one time. It's not that big. Like, you can get back on it like tomorrow. You can do this later. Just it's okay. God's forgiving. God's forgiving. You obviously know. We've all been there, right? And everybody in the chat's like, I've been there. That voice is who? The enemy. There's another voice that's speaking that says, don't do it. Man, you've gone 30 days. You've gone 35 days. Don't do it, man. Think about the clarity. That voice is smaller than the other voice, right? That voice is a little bit lower. It's not, but it's saying to you, hold on. Don't give up. You've been doing so good. You've been locked in. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's lower than, do it. God is going to forgive. And then she texts you again. She has the nerve to text you again. I know you up. I said it. Be like, oh my gosh. And you fighting. There's a fight here. That is, for those who don't know, God's voice, enemy voice. Right? God's voice is telling you, don't hit. You've been doing so good. You've been clean for this long. You haven't looked at corn. You haven't done this. You've been doing so good. But then this notification pop up, this thing that comes on, there's all these things. The enemies use that. Oh, it's just one time. It's really quick. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to really mess you up. It's only a little thing. That is the enemy's voice. Again, everybody has heard God's voice and the enemy's voice. And you're in the middle. Like, I have been doing good. But dang, I mean, oy, I don't really like her, but we do have fun in those moments. I mean, those 15 minutes, we are connected. For that 30-minute exchange, as long as she doesn't talk, we are good. Once she opens her mouth, that's when we be going left. We be going left. The flesh be fleshing. Hello. Come on. And so what you see here is that when people they say they never heard God. You've heard that small voice tell you not to go with Old Faithful. You've heard that small voice say, it's not worth it. You've gone so far. You've done so well. We've heard that voice. We've also heard the voice that says, just do it. It's only going to be quick. It doesn't matter. God's going to forgive us. Da, da, da. You've heard that voice too, that diminishes diminishes the consequences of sin. It diminishes the consequences of sin. Makes it seem like sin is just something that you can just, there are always consequences. Always consequences. And the more you give into it, the harsher the consequences will be. There will be a consequence. Eventually. Eventually there will. You're doing good so far. But once God has shown you that this is not the way, and you decide to do it anyway, there is consequences. Always will be. I don't know a person that hasn't. If you haven't gotten it yet, you will get a consequence. Guaranteed. If God has spoken to you about something and you've decided to go and do it anyway, there is a consequence coming. There is a consequence coming. His grace and his mercy was showing you this ain't it. You knowing and doing it anyway, there's a bigger consequence. Always. It comes. You reap what you sow in this life. That is law. God will give you grace and he will give you mercy. But there is a time to pay. And that time is coming. So I wanted to give you guys that example because I think a lot of times, especially when we're talking about the voice, his voice and your voice, it helps to see that picture because I think everybody's had a moment where like you've been on the diet or you've been so consistent with working out. You've been so consistent with, whatever job you're trying to work on, with school, with abstaining, with whatever you're doing, without drinking, whatever God is calling you to do. And you have a moment where you're tempted. And we've heard both voices. I think that paints a really good picture of how to tell the difference between your voice and God's. Because God's voice is always going to lead you to him. It's always going to lead you to him and to things of him. And it comes with a calling card of peace. But if you're in fear and you're in doubt, you can't hear God. He only speaks the language of faith. So sometimes we have to quiet ourselves to be able to hear God. That small, still voice. And it just says a couple words and you're like, oh. He's not going to say what you want him to say. And he may be convicting you about what you're doing. But he is faithful. He is faithful. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.